About a year and a half ago, I put together a blog post and a podcast titled Rite of Passage. And in it, I described what I had done for my 8-year-old son at the time in order to build out an activity, an adventure, a rite of passage in order to help him transition from boy into man. Now, this isn't a one-time event, and I can't teach him everything that he'll need to know about being a man in a period of a couple of days. But during that event, I participated with him in some physically, mentally, and emotionally demanding tasks. And of course, we sat down by a fire and talked about what a man's job is, what his role and responsibility here on this earth is. And I was amazed and blown away with the amount of positive and overwhelming feedback that I received from other men who wanted to learn what it is that I was doing and what I included and what didn't I include and how this all worked and the conversations I was having. And that feedback and that response I received is what sparked this new idea and the idea that I'm sharing with you today, which is our inaugural Order of Man Legacy Experience. Now, I could put together a fancy video and share with you all the wonderful things that we will be doing in the next 3.5 days, but the reality is I don't have it yet. And I don't have it yet because this is our very first event. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt how important this work is actually going to be and the life-altering experience that this is going to be for you and your son. All right, if you look around in society today, you can see, frankly, the demise of masculinity, the demise of boys. Masculinity is being attacked, and if it's not being attacked, it's certainly being dismissed. And now more than ever, we need this. We look at boys and we see violence and we see drug addiction and we see that boys are growing up without fathers in their home. And even if the father is present, physically, he may not be there mentally, and he may not be present that way for his child. So my goal over a 3.5-day experience is to build out the physical, the mental, the emotional frameworks, the skill set, the conversations, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, everything that you need to know as a father in order to help your son effectively transition from boy to man. And let's look at it this way. You can be a boy without learning how. You can be a male without learning how, but you cannot be a man without learning how. There's a quote that says, if boys don't learn, men won't know. And there's a time and a place where we will call upon our young men, our men, to lead us. And the question is, will they be ready? And my goal through a 3.5-day experience is not to give you everything that he could possibly know, that you could possibly know, but to create some frameworks and some foundations for communication, for the skills that you'll need to develop, for the conversations that you'll need to have, the trials, the struggles, the goods, the bads, everything that you will go through as a father with your son. So, I would love to see you there. Now, we are limited to 20 spots, all right? We don't have very many spots for this thing. We have 20 father-son spots available. It's in the mountains of southern Utah. We've done 3 other experiences for men, but now we want to include the boys. And I'm so excited to be able to bring this event to you. We're going to be doing physical challenges from hiking and throwing axes and chopping wood to sitting down every night at a campfire and discussing what it means to be a man and talking about this stuff. We're also going to let your boys lead some different workshops and some different breakout sessions so they can start stepping into leadership because they will be called at some point to lead their families, their businesses, their communities. And we're going to give you some tools, some frameworks, some types of conversations that you can have in order for him to be as successful as he can be as a child and a boy turning into a man, and you as successfully as you can be as his father. Guys, it's our job. And I look around in society today and I see more and more men shirking their responsibilities, not just as fathers, but as community leaders and business owners and men in general. And I look at my job here with Order of Man is to help foster men, but I cannot overlook our boys. I see some real struggles, some real challenges, and I think it's going to get worse. And if that's the case, then I can't sit back and do this idly by where we don't consider what our boys are going through, what they're experiencing, what they need to learn, what they need to develop. These are things that I wish I had as a child, and based on the conversations I've had, these are the types of things that I know men wish they had as boys as well. This is where we're stepping in as Order of Man. We're creating the inaugural Order of Man Legacy. It's for dads and their sons between the ages of 8 to 15. Now, I know that's a little restrictive, but again, this is the very first event that we're going to be doing. It's for the ages of 8 to 15. So if you have a biological son, an adopted son, a stepson, even a nephew. Maybe there's a neighbor kid. I don't know what this looks like, but if you are in a fathership type role for a child, a boy between the age of 8 to 15, we want to have you at this event. The inaugural event, the kickoff event, this is going to explode. I know it is, because it's much needed in society, and I want you to be the very first group of men and boys to participate in this event. So click below or to the left, wherever you need to click to learn more, to get registered, lock in your spot, September 20th through the 23rd, 2018 in the mountains of southern Utah. All you have to do is get to Las Vegas with your boy, and we will take care of the rest. All inclusive. We're going to learn, we're going to have fun, but most importantly, we're going to help initiate our boys into men.